At 3:05, the Vikings traveling to LA. LA to play the Chargers. Chargers favored by 3 points on Fox. This is interesting. This is a really interesting football game because you have the Chargers coming off a much-needed win against the Eagles, right? That was a win that put them in first place in the AFC West race thanks to the Raiders losing to the Giants. It's a game that the Chargers had. Last week was a game the Chargers had to have. This is another game where the AFC West race is so close right now. Every game is kind of a must-have game. You have to win it, otherwise you will lose first place. And I'm not joking. The Chiefs, the Raiders, the Broncos are right behind the Chargers, just waiting for them to mess up. The Vikes, on the other hand, is a win you had to have. Like, you have to have this one. You are sitting at 3-5, I think. Yeah, I think they're sitting at 3-5, 2 games below 500. And this is not an NFC race where 2 games below 500 means you're out of it. Far from it. The 7th seed right now is a 500 football team. And really, every team in the NFC outside of the Detroit Lions, I would not say is out of this playoff picture by any stretch of the imagination. Again, the Falcons, all they have to do is lose once. And the Falcons play the Cowboys this week. And if you're the Vikes, you win. You're right there already. No one is at 500 right now. I don't even think the Panthers are out of this playoff race right now. Do they play this week? Yeah, they do. Okay. The Panthers are 4-5. The Vikes are 3-5, I believe. I believe they had their bye already. The Vikes are 3-5. The Falcons are 4-4. The Seahawks aren't out of it. The Niners aren't out of it. The Bears are not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. And the NFC East teams might be a little bit out of it right now, but if they string some wins together, they're not either. So, this 7th seed is really going to be a toss-up. I think the top 6 seeds are pretty obvious right now. Now, the Saints could obviously crumble down the stretch, and we could see 2 spots opening up. But right now, there is 1 spot, and it's not a huge competition between the others. And this is really a race to see who is going to get crushed by the number 2 seed. Because the number 2 seed is going there. This is a top-heavy NFC, where you have the teams like the Rams, like the Cardinals, like the Packers, like the Cowboys, like the Bucks, and I think arguably like the Saints up there that are just, I'm not going to put the Saints up there. I think they're a tier 2 team where they could lose to one of these bottom teams. But you have those 4 teams that are just so, actually 5 teams I think, so absolutely great that they're so much better than the other teams. Now, let's be honest here, the 5-4 is going to be really fun, whether that's Rams, Cowboys, or something else, or Rams, Bucks. That's going to be a very fun matchup, or maybe it's Cardinals, Bucks. It's going to be a lot of fun because the team in the NFC West could, the team that's second in the NFC West could have a better record than the team that's the 4th seed, and it could be a really good matchup. Now, you could have the 3-6 seed matchup, which is likely going to be the Saints. Let's assume it's going to be the Saints. The Saints could give a game to any of those 3 seeds, whether it's the Cowboys, or whether it's the Buccaneers, or whether it's the Packers, right? I think the Saints could give a game to any of those teams. The 7th seed is not a team that could give a game to anyone, but the Vikes is a game you have to have, right? It's put you at 4-5, and you just hope for the Falcons to lose at noon, and then you're in that 7th seed, I think. I don't know how the tiebreakers work. I don't think the Vikes have played the Falcons this year. But this is when you have to have against the Chargers. The Chargers gotta have to stay in the AFC. While the NFC is kind of like anyone can make it the 7th seed because everyone sucks. This is an AFC that is absolutely packed with really good football teams. And that means you have to win. You have to win any given weekend. I don't care if you're playing the Vikings. You can't have slip-ups because of how competitive the AFC is. You have to keep winning. I think this is a game the Vikings are gonna be hard. They're gonna be fighting harder this week ever since they blew that 14-point lead against the Ravens. I expect the Vikes to go to LA and beat them at 3:05.